We're back. We're back for our Bible story. I hope you had a good time singing the songs. I love to do the singing of the songs. And those chapel songs that are all about creation, they're some of my favorite. But you'll find out that as we go through lots of chapels, I have lots of favorite songs. We're back for the story. And you know what? I brought some friends with me. Here's my first one. It's Amigo. Say, hola, amigo. Hola, amigo. Hola, Senor Bailey. Hola. Hola, amigo. How you been doing? Oh, I've been fine, Senora Bailey. I've been fine. Amigo, can you tell us where you live? See, I live in the rainforest, in the jungle. What do you do there? Oh, I find good things to eat, and I swing from the branches of the trees. I have a lot of fun. That's nice. Is it fun to live in the rainforest? Oh, it is, but sometimes it's sad. Why, amigo? What makes you sad? Some people, they come to cut down my rainforest. They come to cut down the trees and take them away. And then it's not such a nice forest. There aren't branches to play in. And it gets hot. It gets hot? Why does it get hot? It gets hot because they cut down the trees and then there's no more shade. I'm sorry that happens, amigo. Me too, me too. I want them to stop and think about it. They cut down the trees so they can sell them and get money, but they don't think about that those trees are my home and a lot of other creatures' homes too. I wish they took care of the trees better and the rainforest. I wish they took care of God's world better than they do. I understand that, amigo. I wish that too. Today we're going to talk about that in our chapel story. Would you like to listen? Sí, I'd like that very much. Okay, adios, amigo. Adios. Let's put amigo right up here. Maybe he can stay so that he can listen to our story. But I also have Sally Seal. Hi, Sally. How are you? I'm fine. I was swimming in this nice, cool ocean. Is that where you live, Sally? It is. I live in the ocean. My ocean is called the Pacific Ocean, and its waters are so nice and cool where I live. That's nice. Do you always have a good time in the ocean? Oh, I do usually, but one day I got caught in a fishing net. It was awful. It got all over my body and I swam and I tried and I squished and I pushed and I couldn't get out. And I thought I was going to be caught in it forever. And I thought that I was going to die. I was going to drown. You were going to drown? But can't you breathe under the water? Oh, no, silly. I can't. I'm a seal, not a fish. And although I like to swim under the water, when I need to breathe, I have to go back up to the air and get some air, some oxygen. Oh, well, Sally, how did you get out of the net? You know what happened? Some friends came. At first, I was afraid of them, but then I just stopped struggling because I was so tired. And they came and they took some scissors and they snipped. They cut you, Sally? Oh, no, silly. They didn't cut me. They cut the net. And after a while, I found that I could wiggle some more, and I swam right away. I was so happy that those kind friends helped. But I wished that the friends who threw their nets and their trash in my Pacific Ocean, I wish they wouldn't do that anymore. I wish that they knew that this is my home. It's not a trash can. I live here, and I don't like them making it dirty. We're going to talk about that today in our chapel story. Would you like to hear? Oh, I would. Thank you. Let's have Sally sit right here. I don't know if you can see her, but she's right next to me on my lap. I have one more friend, Freddie Frog, and he's very quiet. So, shh, you have to listen very hard. Freddie, how are you? Freddie said that he's good, but he said that some of the ponds that he lives in and the ponds that the baby frogs are born in, he said that some of them get awfully dirty sometimes. Oh, I understand. He said that when they get full of dirt and clogged, that he has a hard time breathing. Oh, and he says that the food that he eats that lives in the pond, it dies. And so then he doesn't have enough food and he gets a hungry tummy. Freddie, we're going to tell the boys and girls about how to help our world not be so dirty. Do you think that's a good idea? He does. He thinks it's a good idea. Well, let's get started. Those are some of my friends. So last week we talked about how God made the world. You remember the dark and the light, the sky and the water, the plants and the food that grows on the plants, the sun, the moon, and the stars, the fish and the other animals that live in the water, and the birds and the other animals that live in the sky, and the animals that live on land. And also, God made man. And then God rested. Today we're going to talk about how God made Adam and Eve. They were our first people. God made Adam and Eve, and he put them in a garden. It was the Garden of Eden. And he told them, this is your garden. You can eat anything that's in this garden except for the fruit of one tree. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to eat that fruit. Let's see what happens. I couldn't take my eyes off of that tree, says Eve. Here she is. If I didn't try that fruit, I wouldn't be able to think about anything else for the rest of my life. I know God said I shouldn't eat it, but I had to. So I took some of the fruit and had a little bite. It was so good. I called to my husband, Adam, you have to try this. What is it? It's the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. It's the best thing I ever tasted, I told him. But isn't that the fruit from the tree that we're not supposed to eat? Adam asked, looking around nervously. Well, I took a bite and nothing happened to me, said Eve. I'm okay. But Adam closed his eyes and he decided to take a bite too. I couldn't wait for his reaction. But when Adam opened his eyes, he looked afraid. He covered his face and tried to hide. And in an instant, we both knew that we had made the wrong choice. We felt so sorry and so ashamed. After that, God told us we could not stay in the beautiful garden anymore. He told us we had to leave. Even though God still cared about us, our life got really, really hard. I sure wish I had made the right decision and obeyed God. I am so sorry. I had everything going for me and I blew it. I can't blame anybody except for myself about eating the wrong thing and not paying attention to God. God had told me what was right and wrong, but I thought I knew better. Sometimes our choices are fun and easy, but sometimes making the right choice isn't easy. I learned that the hard way. Thankfully, God still loves me anyway, in spite of our wrong choices. God's love for us never stops. That's the important part you need to remember about this story. That even though Adam and Eve didn't obey God and they made the wrong choice, God still loved them, and his love for them never stops. It doesn't stop for us either. Let's look at that picture in the Bible. Remember, all of our chapel stories come from God's word, the Bible. Here's the picture of when Adam and Eve were first made. Eve was just made. She hasn't woken up yet. And here's the picture of when Eve was in the garden and she's thinking about eating that fruit. In the Bible, it says that the snake or a serpent told her that she could eat the fruit. But she knew better, and she should have said, "No, I can't. Go away. You're wrong." But she didn't. So it wasn't the snake or the serpent's fault. It was Eve's. She knew the right choice. She chose not to make it. Sometimes that's like us. We know the right choice, but we choose not to make it. So when that happens to you or to me, it's important to remember that God will always love us. Okay, let's get back to our friends. I think Amigo fell on the ground. I'm sorry, Amigo. Are you okay? See, I'm okay. God wants us to take care of his world so that our friends like Amigo and Sally and Freddie all have clean places to live, to grow, to have their babies. One of the things that we can do to take care of the world is to recycle. Can you say that word? Recycle. Now you might see in your classroom a trash can that looks like this. This is a special kind of trash can because this trash doesn't just get dumped into the ocean where Sally gets all caught up in it. It doesn't get burnt so that it makes all the smoke go up in the air. This trash that goes in here gets recycled. That's what this funny looking triangle is. It's a recycle symbol. What can we put in this trash can? We can't put everything in it, but we can put a lot of things in it. Let's see. Oh, do you know what these are? These are water bottles and a Coke can. They can be recycled. You put them in here, then somebody takes them and they squish them all up into little itty bitty pieces and they make other things out of them. They can make them into new water bottles or new Coke cans. They can even make them into clothing. What else? A cardboard box. What else? A bunch of mail. Some magazines. These are made out of paper, and paper is made out of trees. Those trees that Amigo talked about that were burning, they use trees to make paper. They have to cut them down and take them out of Amigo's home. So we don't want to have to make more paper. We want to take the paper that we have and we use it again and again and again and again so the trees that live in the forest can stay there and that Amigo will have a place to swing and hide and find fruit and have fun and keep his land and his home cool. Take all your mail and put it in the recycle can, not the trash can. And then they're going to take these paper and they're going to chop it up into little pieces and they're going to make new paper out of it. That's how we take care of God's world. You can do it. I know you can. You can help your mom and dad to do it. You can teach them all about it. And God will be so happy. Let's talk to God now. Our hands we fold, our heads we bow To God in heaven, we'll talk now. Dear God, thank you for the beautiful world that you made for us.